a clinic on the youth double wing pass protection concepts that I use and teach, and it's really going to be an overview followed on with some detailed explanation on calls and how I actually coach our protection schemes. There's probably nothing really new that you haven't seen other than the fact that when we initially teach pass protection concepts, we do initially teach it based on wedge blocking, and then as the kids become older and more mature, we start actually teaching traditional pass protection concepts. And if you have any questions, just don't hesitate to text and let me know what your question is. And as soon as I see it, I'll answer it for you. If I need to back up a couple slides because I missed it, I'll do that in order to get your question answered. Joel, that really depends on the kids, but typically what I do is I've taught the wedge block wall. It's actually called wall, but I actually teach the wall concept. I've taught it all to fifth graders. Just because it was the first year that I ever had that particular team together, and it's pretty simple. And then by the end of the year, we were actually teaching traditional pass pro. And the reason why we do that is just because it's really simple to teach. And when we're trying to implement the power series and get the wedge blocking down and everything else, because we are a double wing team, the pass protection kind of gets put as a secondary scheme, even a tertiary scheme. At times, and we don't get to actually coach it as well as we would like in the beginning of the year. So we fine tune as we go, and the wall concept is pretty easy. A good example is this year. My son's second grade team will be using the wall concept probably throughout the year just to keep things simple for that young group. We might work on the slide scheme a little bit as we round out the year, but I don't foresee us actually moving over to it this year. Maybe not even next year. Maybe by the fourth grade we might, just because I want to be really focused on the running game with this age group. Does that answer your question? Yeah, I think that's the first time I've ever got a question right out of the gate on the first slide. That's pretty cool. Okay, types of protection and what we're going to talk about tonight. Like I said, we're going to talk about the wall scheme, which is derived from the wedge blocking, and then drop, which is just a traditional big on big, backer on backer scheme, and you'll see that when we bring that up. And then we use a half slide concept, and then I have a few calls that we use to make adjustments to either reduce or add to the protection scheme. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. I will say that I don't have any video on here. All the video is actually on dumbcoach.com, and if you go to Coach Gregory and then look down at the stickies, you'll see a game video thread. That game video has video from our 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade teams. It's a ton of video, and it's not highlights. It's actually full game film, so you can look at the offense in its entirety. You can even look at the defense in its entirety, special teams, everything. That's just kind of like the way I like to post things up. So, it's easy to take like an element out and make it look like you're a rock star. I kind of like to show a true game film, so you kind of get an idea of what we're doing. And YouTube is so good now, you can actually scroll back and forward and repeat the clips. So I kind of really like YouTube.